Well, another day and another issue when it comes to national security in Europe, this time in Germany, as another Islamist plot has now been stopped, luckily, by the authorities and the security services in Germany. But this is a big problem because it's actually escalating, and the political establishment are very quiet about it. Every time we have some sort of attack being stopped, because when it happens, of course, they are forced to release a statement saying, oh, well, this was an isolated incident, ladies and gentlemen, but we are all together whenever it happens in France, the UK, Germany, Sweden, wherever. But when it stopped, you don't really hear much from politicians. Or when the attack has minimal damage, you don't hear much from politicians. The reason we have to talk about this and the reason Germany is an important case is because they did it to themselves, the establishment, CDU, Angela Merkel, her government opened the doors in 2015 to a lot of people without vetting their backgrounds. Now, we do mention 2015 a lot because that was a big day when they did this. But it's been going on for a long time. Look at this story. The latest update is that German police have arrested a 27-year-old Syrian asylum seeker over another Islamist plot, this time to target German soldiers on the streets of Germany with machetes and everything else. This is absolutely insane. Now, the other problem we have is that the media are very much confused as to why is it that there is a rise of the populist, nationalist conservatives across European countries, from the Netherlands to Germany, the UK, relatively speaking, but reformed, not fully, and all the other countries. France is another example with Marine Le Pen and National Rally. It's because of this. And the problem we have, ease of travel and access to information means over the last few decades, migration has gone up overall in the world, not necessarily just Western European countries and North America. In other countries as well, which neighboring countries are even in a worse situation, mass migration happens. So for example, in the Islamic Republic of Iran, we've had millions and millions of Afghans going to Iran, initially to work. This happened a few decades ago. Then that became a problem because a lot of Afghans became criminals, illegal migrants in Iran. And you would think that, well, who cares? The Islamic Republic of Iran, Taliban, they're all oppressive. But it's not really about that. It's about the fact that even in the third world, they are affecting each other. Which means the Iranian regime had been forced to start doing mass deportations of Afghans. Yes, the Iranian government are to finally deport 2 million Afghan migrants within the next 6 months. This is actually according to the head of the Iranian National Police. Now, first things first, what the Iranian government did, they should have done this about 25 years ago. It's a little bit too late, but it's kind of ironic because a lot of people would say, so what's going to happen now? Are they going to come to Europe? Now, there's also this other issue. You got all these liberal champagne socialists saying, because I criticized this and I said, well done, the Iranian government, for once. Well done, for your own sake, for your own people's sake, right? Well done, you've done some deportations. Doesn't mean the country is fine in Iran. There's got massive oppression going on. But logically, for their economy and everything else, it was the right thing to do. Then you have people, the liberal socialists in the West, sitting in their ivory towers, came to me saying on Twitter, on X, saying, so you want to send them back to the Taliban? Well, as if they were living in like paradise. They were already in an Islamist oppressive country in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Obviously, Afghanistan is worse than Iran, but at least there's, relatively compared to Afghanistan, there are more jobs in Iran. That's why they were there. Doesn't mean they're going to lose their freedoms. They're moving from an Islamist country to another Islamist country. Anyway, the point of this video is that the political establishment and the media across the Western European countries, they're still at best burying their heads in the sand. At worst, they're complicit and they want open borders to continue.